play your role and understand why we're here.
CJ, what's it like being back here?
It's actually it feels good being back. Considering what happened last year. It wasn't the outcome we wanted to have. So man, just blessed to be here. Honestly.
There's been a couple of players who have said that you guys weren't as prepared as you thought you maybe could have been last year. Mm-hmm. Why do you feel like that is, and why do you feel like this year you guys aren't prepared?
I thought you all can be more prepared. This one thing you can go through, but ultimately in these type of games, it all starts with the mind. You're away from your home or away miles away, so you got to understand what type of trip this is. It's a business trip.
Why do you feel like Georgia is playing its best football right now?
Honestly, I think it just starts in practice. That's something we've been talking about, all season long. If we want to play good, we have to practice good. This what type of team we are. So I think just executing those type of things, executing our calls are the reason why we're playing better.
Speaking of practice, who gets yelled at the most over the loudspeaker at practice by Kirby?
Honestly, everyone gets it, man. You might be on field 1 and you're on field 3. He might still call you out. I don't know if he can see you or what. But he's going to yell your name out for sure.
Sounds like it's happened to you before.
Oh, yeah, definitely for sure.
What's unique about this defense this year, you think?
I think just like the way we play. We play for each other. We play together. We never back down, give up. And it's never enough for us. Like no matter what's going on, we're not going to stop. We're going to keep going. So we're hard to kill for sure.
Coach Schumann, what do you appreciate about him?
I think I just appreciate how much he just goes the extra mile for us. He demands excellence from all of us. He want to push us to be better in and out. The way he just prepared us for the game. I think Coach Schumann does a great job preparing us.
Awesome. Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.
My success, and really the team's success, is hydration.
All right, do you expect anything different maybe from this Ole Miss offense? I know the staff is still there. Lane Kiffin's not there. He's now coaching at LSU. Do you expect it to be, though, the same tempo, kind of the same things that they like to get done?
Yeah, I feel like it's still going to be the same because I don't think they would change that on the players, cause what they've been running all year. So I feel like it's just going to be the same tempo and all that.
A lot of people talk about the Ole Miss offense and they just talk about the tempo, but they want to run the football. And a lot of people think just because you go fast that you're like an air raid, but Ole Miss tries to run the football. Y'all have always prided yourself on being the most physical team. This feels like a matchup where you have to win the physicality.
Yeah. I feel like physicality is probably the top tier. Like, if you don't have that, you don't have anything, really. Like, you have mental toughness. That's physicality.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, if you're not physical, you're nothing.
All right, so I've heard from a couple of your teammates, obviously this is a different opponent than you played last year in the Sugar Bowl, but being back in this same place, going to play in the same building, and certainly want to change the outcome, and kind of using that maybe as some extra motivation.
Yeah, I feel like it's just the guys on our team that were here last year, they just come with more experience this year, just being around the place and just being in the dome, playing there. I feel like everybody's playing with a different level of confidence.
All right, last one. What's one thing when you face this Ole Miss offense that you have to make sure that you stop from the very get-go, or at least control to be able to have a chance to have the kind of day that you want to have defensively?
I would just say the biggest thing is our eye control, because there's a lot of eye candy out there, like a lot of motions and stuff. Just focusing on your job and executing the call.
All right, appreciate it. Best of luck.
Appreciate you.
All right, stay hydrated out there.
Raylan, what's it like being back here?
I mean, it's cool. It's not the best feeling ever, but it's cool.
When you say it's not the best feeling ever, what comes to mind?
We got left with a bad taste in our mouth last year from this game, and we just want to change that.
You're someone who I feel like loves motivation and loves to be motivated by stuff like last year that happened. Why is that?
I'll just say I get it from my dad. My dad was really like that. He was intrinsically motivated from just really doubters his whole life, and that just made him do what he do. And I feel like that's why I do what I do.
I read some cool stuff about your upbringing and your dad and the way that he would work you guys out, right?
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I mean, it's kind of a crazy experience. I mean, if you're looking outside in, like everybody in the neighborhood was laughing at us back then. We'll be down the street crying, and he'll just be like, "You got to keep going. Like, he ain't raising no quitters." So that's just how my life was growing up.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 4.
Okay, so which one of you was crying? Everyone at a different time?
I think I was probably the biggest crier out
Were you?
here. Yeah, because I was younger. So I was still doing it, but I wasn't having fun doing it.
But it brought you to how you prepare now.
I feel like it molded us into what we are today. Like all my siblings have played in D1 stuff. Like my sister ran track for Ohio State. My brother played football for Kansas. My other brother played football for Grambling State. And my younger sister, she's trying to get into nursing. So that's cool.
That's awesome. And what do you appreciate about your dad and just those moments that you spent with him all those years ago?
I just appreciate I ain't understand it then, but how tough he was on us, just from a working standpoint, then like from knowing right from wrong. It's just like he did a great job with us.
What kind of an impact did he have on your life?
And he had the biggest impact on my life. I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for my dad.
I was just talking to CJ about the way that Kirby yells over the loudspeaker at practice.
Well, my dad used to do the same stuff. Like we used to be on the track running. He'll have a big megaphone. He'll be telling you the time. Like, and if you don't make the time, you got it again.
So you're used to it?
Yeah, I'm pretty used to it.
Okay, CJ was saying that it doesn't matter if you're on field 1, 2, or 3. Kirby somehow
you
sees
gonna
you
hear it.
and
You gonna be like, dang, where? You'll be looking for like you don't even see him.
So
and
that's
he
happened
see you.
before.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
Who do you feel like gets yelled at the most?
I'd probably say the coaches, like, because if the players mess up, like, it's not just on the players. He put it on the coaches, too, so everybody can get it in practice.
Speaking of coaches, what do you appreciate about Coach Schumann?
And Coach Schumann, he's a great leader. I couldn't be able to ask for a better leader, like, as a coach. And just, like, the energy he brings to our room is, like, we're the heartbeat of the team, so we try to take that challenge on every day.
First time you guys played Ole Miss in October, it took 4 quarters to get it done. What's it going to take this time?
I feel like just simply stopping the run, executing the calls, and trusting the scheme that our coaches came up with.
When you watch a quarterback like Trinidad Chambliss, what stands out to you?
He's elusive in the pocket. He can throw. He's just a great quarterback. It's going to be a good game.
Getting better because, last time we played this team, we didn't do our best, and he just wants to be ready when we go out there to start.
What's the one thing you got to do against the Ole Miss offense with Chambliss and all the stuff they do in your 10,000-foot view? I mean, you see it from the back end. I mean, what's the big thing in a game like this against that team?
You got to stop the explosive. I feel like you stop the explosive plays and just you got to go 3 and out. As a defense, you can't let them convert on third down. I feel like last year we had them to a lot of third and shorts. Last game we had them to a lot of third and shorts, and they were converting. So if you don't want on third down, then I don't feel like you don't have a great game on defense. So we got to do better on third down.
Stay out of that run-pass conflict. Man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it, KJ.
Yeah.
Good luck, man.
Your alma mater, Buford, just won a state title, a national title.
Yeah, national.
With you in attendance, what was that like? Watch your former team go get one.
No, that was great. I was definitely proud of Coach App and them. I just know how I felt my senior year going out like that. So just seeing him get another state championship was definitely great. He definitely one of the best coaches out there. I think he got like 4 now in like the last 7 or 8 years. So that's kind of crazy for sure. But I was definitely proud of them guys. I was just telling Tyreek about that. I was just telling Tyreek like, man, like you can really play running back too. You can play whatever you want to play. Like how you was out there balling. So that's crazy. I was definitely proud of them.
You were a highly touted kid coming out of high school, as were most of your teammates. How do you help young players handle failure? Because you didn't have a lot of it in high school, not to speak for you.
Yeah,
there wasn't a lot of failure. How do you handle failure, and how do you help guys handle failure when they get here? Because there's going to be some.
Yeah, I really just tell them block out the noise. Like you know your ability, you know what you can do. Even like if fans or anything like that, I just say block all that things out and just focus on what you can get better at. I had a lot of little bad things happen to me my freshman year. Bama play, it's just a lot of little things. I had to learn just to block out the extra noise and just keep getting better. That's all that really matters. Like nothing else don't really matter. If you just keep getting better, and just focus on the main things. Nothing else really matters.
A lot of people on the outside have looked at this defense this year and seen tremendous amount of growth. Where have you seen it come from most?
Tuesday practice. I remember. I physically remember after the Ole Miss game, as a defense, we all came in the defense meeting room, and we just told each other like, something's gotta change. Like it's not the defense, it's not Georgia defense. It's just not our standard. So I feel like from that point on out, just the way practice looked different. We flying around faster, we moving around faster. Everybody communicating, everybody just trusting each other and playing for one another. And you could just see we keep getting better week after week after week. So I feel like that was a big jump for us right there. Just guys, just having that talk in the meeting room, like, and just telling each other, let's get back to the standard. Like, let's not beat nobody who not. Let's just get back to the standard Georgia way.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
KJ, going back to the.
You want to pick this up?
You can if you want to. You want to hold it?
No, never mind.
You can put it down. Going back to the high school football element, I was talking to a couple of the Ole Miss players who are from Georgia,
Yeah.
and they said, without a doubt, high school football in Georgia, it is the best.
It's definitely the best.
Why is it the best?
I just feel like you compete against, you compete against great talent all around, but, like, in Georgia, like, I don't know, it just feels different. Like, I just feel like everybody's into it, like, even, like, all the parents and everything like that. It's like, when you go to a Georgia game, like, you just see, I don't know, like the fire that everybody got into the game. It's crazy, but like it's definitely a lot of great competition down here. We play a lot of great football down here. We got a lot of great athletes, and I just feel like no other state, messing with Georgia.
What do you think about the Buford facility? It is absolutely insane.
Yeah, I ain't like it looked like a college. When I drove past it the other day, I lived right by it. When I drove past it the other day, I really thought it was a college. Like if you just look at it and take a minute, it looked like a college. But they definitely they take care of you in there for sure. So like that's a good thing about it for sure.
What's it feel like being back here for a second time?
It feels great. Just knowing last year you didn't get the results you wanted, and you just get to go out there and give it a second chance. This year we just got to start off better. Can't start slow. Got to get off on a hot start and just trust each other and just play hard for one another. I feel like we're gonna take care of business this time.
I think it was yesterday on the tarmac. You were talking about you didn't feel like you guys were as prepared as you would maybe like to be last year, but it feels different this year. Why?
I feel like our coaches did a great job with taking a different approach. We had so much time just on our hands just to get better and get back healthy and things like that. So I know that helped for sure. And I just feel like the guys on this team, like leadership, everybody on this team, just buy in. We all bought in. Coach Smart gave us a schedule and what we're going to do and how we got to handle it. And I feel like everybody doing a great job of doing exactly what he said and handling it the right way. So I feel like once you do those little things right there, then I feel like things are going to go better from that point on out.
Speaking of leadership, you've really taken on kind of this new leadership role for yourself in your second year. How has that evolved and why did you want to take that on?
They challenged me to take on that role. We lost a lot of guys in the safety room last year, so they just challenged me to take that role on. I played a little bit my freshman year, so. And I was definitely excited to taking that role on just to go out there and lead my guys and just everybody have confidence in you and that you're going to lead and lead by example. So just, I don't know, I was definitely waiting for that moment for sure. Malachi and Dan definitely prepared me great for that moment.
You said lead by example, but you're also a pretty vocal leader from what I understand.
Yeah.
Have you always been that way or has that kind of evolved here at Georgia?
It definitely evolved.
Yeah.
My freshman year, I was just listening and trying to learn. But once you get comfortable around everybody and everybody trusts you and things like that, then you can start being a little bit of a worker. And I feel like vocal helps a lot everybody because like not everybody want to say something, so just why not be the one to speak up and say something and get the team back right.
First time you guys played Ole Miss, took 4 quarters to get the win.
Yeah.
What's it going to take this time?
I'm not sure what it's going to take this time, but hopefully we just go out there and do our jobs, be physical. We got to definitely be physical up front, everywhere on the perimeter. And just, we got to play 4 quarters. That's what we do here at Georgia. We play 4 quarters. So however long it takes, we're going to be there.
Last one from me. Trinidad Chambliss, he can get out of a lot of situations as a quarterback. What else stands out to you about him?
He throws the ball awesome as well. Just the way he got control of the offense. I feel like everybody on the Ole Miss offense trusts him. And he got a lot of great abilities, and he's a great quarterback. So you just can't wait to go out there and compete against him.
Okay, I lied to you. I have one more because I've been talking to the guys about getting yelled at over the loudspeaker at practice by Kirby, and they said it's crazy. You can be on fields 1, 2, or 3, and he sees you. You're laughing because you've experienced this.
Yeah, that was my first time experiencing that freshman year. I think I was in the indoor because I was getting reps like the younger group and things like that. And I was in the indoor, and he was outside with the older kids, and he was screaming my name. I was like, you can't even see what I'm doing right now. Like, we was all the way towards the end. Like, he was nowhere near me, so I just couldn't honestly understand how he was seeing me. But, I kind of learned his ways now. He kind of just be messing with you a little bit on the mic, get at you a little bit.
Motivation and things like that. He's been a great person, that I can always talk to and things like that. So I feel like he's pretty much been the same person, all year to me, honestly. For sure.
I know you mentioned he's been the same person since you've come here, but how have you seen your relationship with him progress since coming to Georgia?
Oh, yeah, no, just having more conversations with him over time, getting a chance to bond a little bit more, just talking about certain things off the field, how things are going, how his trip's been going, when we have certain times off and just asking about his family and things like that, asking about his cows and stuff. But we have a good relationship, get a chance to do certain things after practice and things like that, to get on the same page. And I'm definitely blessed for our relationship.
Have you got to see his cows yet?
Nah, I haven't got a chance to see him, but he was telling me about it. He's like, yeah, I went back to go see him and everything. So I know he enjoyed that.
Right?
Guessing you didn't have cows in Vegas.
No, sir.
No cows.
No, sir.
You played, 2 years in the Big Ten?
I played 1 year Big Ten, 1 year Pac-12.
Oh, that's right. You were the
there.
switch. Is there any difference when you compare, at least your year in the Big Ten, what you see talent-wise, to what this year was? I guess
I think both conferences definitely had a lot of great players, and a lot of great teams in both conferences. One thing I would just say is the trenches, I feel like, are a couple of them D linemen I didn't play this year is like, okay, some pretty big dudes right there. But I feel like both conferences definitely had a lot of great talent in them.
there's this SEC sort of Big Ten battle that's played out the last few years. Big Ten has kind of won the championship the last couple of years. Do you put your finger on why, when you look back on that?
I don't really pay too much attention to, whatever other teams are doing. I just try to focus on, the plan that we have going for our team. I just try to put my best foot forward and all my effort into the team that I'm on.
When did Georgia get on your radar screen?
Georgia was on my radar screen, once I got in the transfer portal. I knew a few guys over here and things like that. I was just looking for an overall place that, had a great culture and a winning culture and a place that had players that were willing to, get better and compete every single day at practice. And I feel like they were a great contender, and, I ended up here for a reason.
Who'd you know over here?
I knew Rod Robinson. I knew specifically coaching staff, D. Hill, and then I knew Coach Dante as well. And Jaden Rashada's not here as well no more, but I knew Jaden Rashada, and then a couple other guys I can't think of off the top of my head. But
so what'd they tell you that made you think? Because obviously people have been kind of scared about Georgia because receivers don't put up huge numbers because they distribute the ball around and everything. Like what made them made you kind of say, this is where I want to be?
Really just the structure of the overall program, the pedigree of the program, the culture that Coach Smart has established and the coaching staff has established at this university. It's built on family, connection, a lot of hard work. So that's always my mentality, that to get better every single day. And I know that this place was going to be able to push me to get better every single day. I didn't know what stats I was going to get, coming into it or anything, but I just knew that this was a program that I would get better every single day. And, whatever happened after that was going to be by the grace of God. So I just trusted that plan from there.
What about the first time you got called out on the microphone? I heard the other day you getting called out for 20 yards, the ball rolling, that kind of stuff. He gets on everybody, right?
Definitely. He does a lot of stuff on that mic every single day, and I can respect him for it because, he's the same person every single day. I told him, Coach, I respect that, that you on that mic holding us accountable every single day. Sometimes you may be like, dang, Coach on me, but I'm the type of player that kind of like that because it's like, okay, so you're going to get on me, watch what I do next. So I kind of like how he just gets on me. But I do remember that first time he did get on that mic with me. I was like, ooh, this is how he going to be. But, he just wants to see how you respond and see how certain things, how you respond after that. And I respect him as a coach so much. So I appreciate him for, holding me at a certain standard.
When did you realize that on the mic, doesn't matter what field you're on, Kirby will call you out?
I realized when I was in the indoor and I didn't even know where he was at. I thought he was outside. I don't know where he was at. Sometimes you don't even know where he's at. You can't even see him. But you're going to hear him on that mic. He going to make sure you hear him.
And that's literally what KJ was just saying. He said
Definitely.
One of the first examples was he was in the indoor. He was pretty sure Kirby was outside. And he was saying KJ's name. Does that happen a lot?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you don't know where he's at. You looking around where is he at? Can't even find him, but you going to hear him, though.
You were speaking about kind of that family aspect, the culture of Georgia. How would you assess it, man, in terms of the difference between USC and how you become acclimated to the team?
Yeah, I feel like both programs had a great, culture and things like that. I had a great time at both universities while I was at that other university as well. But, I've just been trying to embrace the culture here ever since I've been here. Like I said, Coach Smart has a certain standard that he wants guys to be upheld to, and I can respect that. So, just trying to be the best version of myself every single day, trying to push myself to get guys around me better, not only myself. It's something that I feel like is something big that's, within this program, and I try to uphold that every day.
Yeah, naturally, man, you're a West Coast guy. You're from the bottom. You played in California, but has your appreciation for the South in general grown?
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like the hospitality that I got shown as soon as I came here was immensely important for me. Everybody was pretty nice. Everybody was showing love, which was pretty cool. I didn't even get a chance to do anything yet. I haven't even put the pads on, but everybody was just welcoming me and giving me a warm welcome, which is something that I can always appreciate. Is genuine people. That's something that I've been raised on. My parents, always telling me everything's straight. So I've got nothing but that here, and I love the South as well.
And last thing, man, I recently just spoke to your teammate Dalen Everett, man. He commended you for your attitude, your toughness in practice. Just speak about maybe that friendly competition that y'all might have, and how iron may sharpen iron, and how you guys make each other better.
Oh yeah, no, we definitely have a lot of great dudes on this team, man. Specifically Dalen as well. We always do compete. Every time I line up against him, I know I gotta bring my A game. That's a reason why I came here, because I know other players around me are gonna try to compete and bring their A game every day. So that forces you to get better at something every single day. So it's definitely been a blessing. I feel like I've got way better this year, just going against guys in practice who are willing to go as hard as I'm willing to go, and we have the same mindset. So it's definitely been pretty cool.
Thank you.
One of the things Kirby said about you, I think it was probably like a month ago, he said you're a football junkie. You got to do that to play football, obviously, but how would you describe the way that you are a football junkie?
I would just say, everything that is given to me, I try to take full advantage of it. Like the facility's pretty much open 24/7. We got the fingerprint, so we can go in there at any moment. Like I might just be playing the game at my house for a little bit, and then I'm like, hey, I'm kind of tired of playing the game, so I might just go up to the facility. I might text one of the guys, like, let's get some catches in real quick, one of the EQ guys, or I might just go in there and do some extra footwork drills, go up there, watch extra film. I'm always just trying to find ways to get better at the game that I love. So, I think that's something that has given me an extra edge this year, just being consistent and disciplined with, the extra work and the extra things that I do within football, because I do love the game, and always trying to find something to get better at. So it might be 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock, I'm in a facility. I might just be up there just doing something to find myself to get better. So I think that's something that makes me a football junkie for sure.
How many times have you been the only one in the facility?
Pretty. I mean, there's always a couple guys here and there, but I think I'm pretty much in there a lot. I'm pretty much the last person to leave every day. It's a few of us that are always like the last guys to leave, because I always got to get my extra like little circuit that I do after practice, and then I got to get my recovery and things like that. And then there was one time I had to go meet one of my recovery guys at my house a little bit earlier. I didn't get a chance to do all the recovery things at the end, so I was gonna come after, and everybody was like, you good? Like, why you in the locker room right now? Like, you usually not in here. So, it's pretty cool just to see a lot of the guys, knowing how my routine is and stuff. But there's a lot of guys that do get extra work as well, too, which is something that I love about this program.
Who are some of the guys that you lean on a lot for those extra work sessions?
I kind of got some of the young guys into it recently.
Okay.
But before I used to do it with Kobe White, Kobe Young. He jumps in there with me sometimes too. But there's a lot of guys that all the receivers pretty much do extra stuff after practice, whether it's together or like on their own. But another one of the freshman guys who just came in, Craig, one of the receivers, he's been doing the circuit with me after practice every single day since he's came. So I told him just find a routine for himself, something that works for him, and then no matter how he feels, you got to do it, because it's going to pay off one way or another. So yeah.
What do you feel like is an underrated aspect of your game specifically?
Underrated aspect of my game? I'll definitely say my blocking. I'm not like the 6'5" type receiver, but I got a tenacity to me and a toughness that, whoever's in front of me, I'm going to give my best every single time. And I feel like I've done a great job, being able to block downfield and try to spring some of my guys open and spring some of my guys for a touchdown as well. I feel like if you're not the 6'5", 6'4" receiver, they wouldn't expect you to be blocking and things like that. But I take pride in that as well. I try to be an overall complete player, for my team, and I feel like that's something that gets overlooked a little bit.
When did that start for you, when you figured out, okay, look, I'm not 6'5", but I got to do something else. I could be a chip block, whatever the case may be. When did that start to change in your game?
I would say around, definitely in high school. I always had that mindset. I was never always like the biggest guy on my team or in middle school or the biggest guy at the school. So I always knew I had to have an extra edge or something. I feel like that's where all my extra work and things like that come into play. I always just try to find an extra edge to get over somebody else, because I know there's a lot of people that are working in the country, and I'm going to have to see them one day. So, I feel like that's my mentality every single day, and I think I realized that at an early on age that I had to, try to be the best version of myself. And then I would say just to realize that helping in other aspects rather than just getting the ball, that I noticed was definitely in high school, because you're not gonna play if you can't do other things when you don't have the ball, because then you're just another guy on the field. So I feel like I took pride in that early on, and I feel like that definitely helped me to where I am today.
I was just talking to Zachariah Branch about getting extra work in. It's something that he does a lot. He said he's in the facility by himself sometimes, but a lot of the receivers do the same thing. You're one of those guys that he talked about that he works with.
Yeah.
Why is that important to you?
Dedication for sure, and determination to get better, and my end goal is to get to the NFL. And my dad has instilled in me and my family that if you want something, you got to go get it, and it takes hard work to do it. So I'd rather do the hard thing now rather than do it easy and then let it be hard when I get there. So
who's leading some of those, hey, let's get together and do some extra work?
I wouldn't say it's necessarily a lead thing. Everybody has something they have to get better at. So at the end of our breakdown, after practice, we'll be like, hey, everybody get your catches, and then some people work over the shoulder catches or running to the sideline catches, dragging your feet. So there's specific things that everybody needs to work on, and we all understand that. And in order for this team to get better, we need to all get better at specific things ourselves.
What's it been like watching Gunnar Stockton grow as a quarterback?
Oh, it's great. And coming in, it's crazy. My junior year, I came up here to work out with them, and Gunnar threw me my first ball, and when I was in high school. So just getting to see how much he's grown and how much he's learned is amazing. And he doesn't really talk much, but he talks to me a good bit, and he'll come to me and say something, hey, how are you doing? And you ready for practice and stuff like that. So just to see him talk more and be more, as a quarterback, learn more, and he's helping a lot of guys. So.
Okay, he's a quiet guy. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
He talks about his cows. That's about it.
Yeah.
What gets him going other than talking about his cows?
I think just genuinely being around us.
Okay.
We have these DNA traits that we go by, and connection is one of them. And he knows that we have his back, and we know that he has ours. So just being around us and watching us work hard leads him to work hard and stuff like that. So, I guess you would say just being around us.
What do you feel like is underrated about Gunnar Stockton?
His throwing ability.
Okay.
People see him as a smaller quarterback and him not being able to make the big play and him launch the ball. But, we'll be in practice, and I know a lot of things happen in practice that not many people see that we see in the games. But he'll throw the ball probably 60, 70 yards in practice and just let it ride. And I think that's the best quality trait that he has as a quarterback. And obviously him running the ball is really special. But him being able to throw the ball deep and get the ball in a specific spot where the DB can't get to it is really special.
Playing for a quarterback that lowers his shoulder, what does that do for you as a receiver when you see him be that physical?
Oh, it gives me confidence because I know that if he gets knocked down, he's going to get back up. So, kid being from Raven County, man, you got to be tough going up there in the mountains. And I just love the way he plays, and he leaves it out on the field, and he chooses not to have regrets at the end of the day.
What's different about this team at this point in the year than where you guys started at the beginning?
I don't know. We just probably connection, our DNA traits. I know we take pride in that, and just little things we bear down on, like, hey, this is things we did last year that we can't do. You know what I'm saying? Not specifically that it's like bypassing team.
What is it like to be back in New Orleans for a second time?
It's a blessing, It's just another opportunity for us to have a path to the national championship. So we're blessed to be in this position.
What is it about this receivers room that makes you guys special?
I'll say our brotherhood, connection that we have, and I just feel like we're overall an unselfish receiver room. We always want to see each other win. So that's probably the biggest part about the receiver room that makes us so special.
What's this DNA traits thing that people keep talking about? What is that?
Oh, yeah, that's something that's like part of our identity, And that helps
Georgia be Georgia. That's the standard of Georgia, especially with the new one that we just added, FPE, fire, passion, energy. I feel like we was missing that last year, and I feel like we have that. And I feel like this receiving room really interpret that a lot, especially we put that on the field with blocking for the running backs or even for each other to have those touchdowns, saving tackles and things like that. Because it's all over the field, just us being very physical.
So Kobe was just talking about the fact that you guys do a lot of extra work after practice as a receiver group. You kind of take turns. Zachariah was saying the same thing. Why is that important for you guys?
It helps the confidence with it. First, Coach Smart, Coach Bobo, and Coach Coley, and with our quarterbacks. So they see us putting in that work. It gives us confidence to call those plays, that we'll be able to make those plays, and why not want to get the work in extra, we ain't doing nothing. We got school, but right now, guess what? We have no school, nothing but free time. It's boring in Athens right now, so why not put that work in and get better? We're all trying to win a national championship, so there's no shortcuts to get to that point.
Something that people don't see at practice is the fact that Gunnar Stockton can throw the way that he does. I've learned that today, that he'll rip it 60, 70 yards and no one sees it.
Yeah.
Tell everyone what it's like to practice with Gunnar Stockton.
It's good, it's a guy that you see that's so nice, and he comes out there in the huddle and he's leading, so Coach Smart makes the practices as hard as possible. You'll see Coach Smart get on the microphone, also with the crowd noise. It make you kind of angry a little bit, but guess what? You fighting through it because in the game it's not going to be that way. So Coach Smart always makes the practices harder than the game, so when the game comes it's easier. And just see him to stay poised the whole time, make sure everybody know where to go in their alignments. He's just being a leader, depending on whatever the situation is. Let's say it's 2 minutes, we need 30 seconds left, no timeout. You just see Gunnar just smart and taking control of the game, so yeah.
He's a quarterback not afraid to lower the shoulder.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love that because I'm the same way, and just having a quarterback like that type of energy, it gets you lit, and I like quarterbacks like that. And anyway, I like a quarterback who can run. And say the play not there, you got somebody who can make play, he can make somebody miss, and he's fast, He actually hit 20 miles per hour the other day at practice, but yeah, can't want to say that, but yeah.
Too late, you already told everybody. No, I didn't even have to ask you a question because as soon as I say you got a quarterback that lowers their shoulders, skill guys love that.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Sure. Because it's you got somebody who's feisty, I feel like that brings a swag to their game, and I feel like it's a game changer as well, because they can have an explosive. We had Stetson back in the day. Guess what? He might have been a lower shoulder type of guy, but he was more of a make a guy miss and still take off with the ball. So just having a quarterback like that makes the offense flow way easier.
Okay, you mentioned Kirby on the mic. Mm-hmm. Everybody knows he's notorious for doing that. Mm-hmm. But what I've learned today is that it doesn't matter what field you're on, he's going to call you out.
Oh, for sure. It don't matter. He might be in the indoor, and you outside on a whole different field, and he might just put his head out for a couple seconds. He scream your name, bro, you're not even out here. You'll be like, what the heck? But you got to love it, though, because he always wants you to get better. So you got to love that part of it.
How many times has he been yelling at you and you're like, where the heck is he at?
Oh, definitely like 4 or 5 times here. I'm not going to lie. I'll be let's say in the morning workouts, you didn't even think coach was going to be there at 6 a.m. You don't even see his truck, but hey, he's still here. You he a little slick, So, yeah, it'd be moments like that.
There's a lot of people that said last year here at the Sugar Bowl, you guys didn't feel as prepared as you maybe would have liked, but this year feels different.
Oh, yeah,
why?
For sure. The approach that we took from versus last year and this year, having all that time off, I feel like we didn't do it the way we should have. Versus this year, I feel like we did it the right way. Coach Smart definitely took into consideration a lot of stuff that we did last year versus this year, and I'll tell you this, it's definitely different than last year with the practices and the lifts and all that. It's totally different, So I feel like we definitely got better since the last time we played, Last time we played last year, I couldn't say the same, but this year we definitely got better for sure. So.
Passing team last year, but we've gotten better, and the goal is to get better every year.
Awesome. Thank you so much.